there's kind of an idea among the Christian believers that there used to be a time in the history of our earth when heavens and paradise existed right here in the physical matter. Hi there, strategic seminar here with you on a beautiful day coming to noon.
Sorry.
On a tropical paradisical beach. Hello everybody. Ekaterina, say hello.
Hello.
Today we got some funny news. The whole beloved luxury industry, luxury bag and boot industry is teetering and tottering on the brink of disaster. Chinaman revealed the truth.
This Birkin bag at Hermes Boutique will cost you 38,000 USD. But what is the real cost?
Chinaman revealed the truth. Let's splash a little bit. Wow, water. I thought of coming to the ocean, but the ocean is coming to us today. Let's delve a little bit deeper into the issue. Chinaman from the factory, from Shenzhen, from Guangdong, from Xinjiang, from Xie, he revealed the truth about the luxury brands. Darling, do you remember, like if you wake any girl who's like from a big city in the middle of the night and ask her what are the luxury brands, she will tell you immediately.
Chanel, Louis Vuitton.
Chanel, Louis Vuitton. MS is what? MS. Hermes.
Yes.
Hermes. Birkenstock. Birkenstock.
No, Birkenstock.
Birkin without stock.
Another. Birkin.
Birkin, I think.
It's Hermes.
Birkin is Hermes. Ah, there we go. We are getting some.
Birkin just name for bag.
Ah, it's a Birkin bag. So, the Chinaman brought out the Birkin bag and kind of showed everybody on video in TikTok. The much envied and much hated the network.
If you buy Birkenstock.
If you buy Birkenstock, you are on TikTok. You are famous on TikTok. So,
Birkin, your girlfriend.
what?
Your girlfriend was very angry with you.
If I buy Birkenstock instead of Birkin,
Instead of Birkin, your girlfriend will be very angry.
yes. Listen to Katyusha's advice. If you tell your girlfriend, darling, I buy you Birkin,
Yes.
and then she says, hoo, let's go, and you bring her to Birkenstock shop and give her the sandals, by the way, hugely overpriced also. But among the poor people like us, darling, Birkenstock is the luxury brand, not Louis Vuitton. We don't have even I have Birkenstock, fake for $3 from Ubud store, made of Chinese rubber. So there, we got carried away, darling, by the currents. Come back, please, we got carried away. So the chap finally told the world how much it cost.
The total cost will be 1,400
He
USD.
admitted that Birkin bag, on the example of Birkin bag, he kind of like exposed all the major luxury brand manufacturers, and they are now suing his factory for disclosing intellectual property information, for disclosing like confidential contract clauses or whatever. But truth is, he told us the truth. He divulged the truth that Birkin bag can be manufactured on that Birkin bags are being manufactured in his factory and can be manufactured if you don't sell it as Birkin and Hermes. If you just sell it as Guangdong Xinzhou, then it can be sold for maybe $2,000-3,000, while the original Birkin bag goes for how much, darling?
You say 15,000.
No, I think they say more, 20 something even.
No, please, 15.
I distinctly remember the price of 26 or 28.
38,000 USD.
Around 30,000.
40,000 for crocodile Birkin.
Maybe crocodile Birkin. Whatever. He said, yes, really, we are getting the exquisite, exclusive once in a lifetime in the world Italian leather, Napa, Swede, whatever from Italy. We are getting the seam finishing and closing, covering glue also from France or Italy, blah blah blah. And here is the Birkin bag. We are producing it for like, I don't know, $2,500 like production cost, and then you can up it with 5 to 1,000 markup. And so in the China shop the same bag can be easily available for $3,000 instead of 15 or 20. So like the luxury brands are worried. But this was like their own undoing. Their greed was their own undoing.
But 3,000 also expensive.
Yes, that's why, that is the answer to your question, why we cannot buy this 3,000 super luxury bag from the same material and with the same quality of workmanship as the original Birkin bag for 20,000. It's still like unmarketable, I think. So like the whole luxury industry is based on the very primordial, primeval human instincts, which go way like back in the history of human civilization, before the civilization existed. I'd rather say they go back in the history of evolution. And as a passing, I want to say, darling, that all those biblical stories from the Bible of the paradisical heavens gardens where Adam and Eve were roaming, so like there's kind of an idea among the Christian believers that there used to be a time in the history of our earth when heavens and paradise existed right here in the physical matter, and then something happened that caused the fall into sin. This is complete bullcrap, I would tell you. Complete nonsense, guys. It's like wishful thinking, beautiful idea which turns human spirits towards some higher ideal. But in truth, even before man, there was no harmonious paradisical conditions in the animal kingdom either. Even the primordial pack of wolves like distinguishes an alpha male, and everybody conforms to him and everybody submits to him. The other members of the pack, I mean. And when the humanoid, like gorilla-like, macaque-like, those ape-like ancestors came about, they were already exhibiting the 100% human-like primitive gorilla behavior. Like, instead of enjoying nature like they could perhaps do, because like the nature was abundant, there was fruit, there was food, there were females. Instead of enjoying life peacefully and in harmony with each other, they immediately started building hierarchies. They immediately started like setting aside some alpha males as their chieftains. While at the time of gorillas, they were kind of flaunting their status by beating their fists on their chest, by like flexing their muscles, and by beating up their opponents.
It's okay, I can.
Sometime in history, when the first gorilla-like, primordial-like Australopithecus or Neanderthal man was sitting like chieftain on his rock throne, some guy told him brother, you don't have to rule people by solely physical means. You need some attributes of power, and that's how trinkets and articles of power emerge. So he brought him the dead enemy's dried up skull head, mummified, as is still the fashion in some islands of Papua New Guinea, etc. Then he brought him in Russia. Then he brought him the chain of cowrie shells and perhaps something else, like gold didn't exist in those days, and told him, these are your articles of power, flaunt them. So that guy who brought the chieftain the articles was the first Louis Vuitton. And that's how the whole crappy business started. And through the ages, those guys who kind of provided the elite with exclusive trinkets that kind of enabled them to flaunt their status, riches and power, they were the worst parasites on the body of humanity and on the surface of Earth. Instead of investing money into some meaningful things like rocket ships, computers, robots, instead of like helping poor people get more food through agriculture, they invested in like building sweatshops where they employed poor people to sew those nasty bags and boots and sell them at a huge premium to some like nasty individuals who got rich one way or another and wanted to flaunt their riches instead of like being together with all other human beings and sharing their wealth with the rest fortunate brothers. They wanted to underline and underscore their status. And the Louis Vuitton luxury guys, they are the worst parasites. And now they're finally getting their justice, darling. Because they could keep their factories in Hungary, where the local gypsies work and make those Louis Vuitton, I think, boots or something. Still, up till now, they got and proudly stamp their bags with made in Italy, made in EU, and continue like this. But no, they were so much overtaken with their greed that they decided to outsource everything to the Chinese, who could do it for $200 instead of $500 in Europe. And that was their undoing. Maybe partly because Chinese also provided better quality than those Romanian gypsies in the factories, who couldn't be made like, who couldn't be disciplined as well as the Chinese workers. So now
Every time steal.
and also stealing thing, whatever, like China was in their eyes the best solution, and China became their undoing. By the way, they say that even in America the luxury brands are kind of moaning and suffering because of Trump tariffs. So they say that Trump did a bad service to luxury brands, because now in America they have to bump up their prices, and does reveal that to what extent their bags and their boots and their whatever paraphernalia all made in China. Because the guy from the Chinese factory, he told that up to 80 or 90% of all materials and all workmanship are completed in China, and then they ship the bag back to Europe, where they stick some Louis Vuitton or Chanel label on it, made in Italy, and happily it goes off to be sold in stores. Thank you. And happily it goes off to be sold in stores. So, Katyusha, what you got to tell us regarding
okay.
all this situation?
It's okay.
It's
Louis
okay.
Vuitton, still good.
Still good, because Katyusha is proud owner of some of Louis Vuitton bags and maybe a small purse as well, right? Maybe we walk a little bit along the beach. And like, it holds its own against time, against the passage of time quite nicely. How many years, darling, you've been using?
16.
16 years, and as good as new right now?
Yes.
Good
I'll
as
show
new.
you later. You can
Actually, yeah, I forgot to ask you, maybe you should have brought the Louis Vuitton bag. to the beach and we could walk with it on the beach. Oh, that was a big one.
There, maybe.
That was a big one. Yeah, let's go other direction. Did you hear the forecast, darling? Somebody said that in the coming few days in Bali there are expected swells,
Yes.
unlike anything we ever experienced, and there'll be like huge waves on all beaches. I don't know
Yes.
how it's gonna
Big.
happen, why.
Waves.
And what is the exact meteorological mechanism? How is it like gonna happen?
Nobody knows.
No, they're predicting this is a forecast, so they say it's gonna happen, and I'm kind of curious, like,
You see already?
what's gonna happen, how exactly it's gonna happen. So like, but then my argument was that still people are mostly buying trinkets of power and fashion to set themselves apart and to boast. Because like, for example, if a wealthy girl was put before a choice, say like you visiting a Chinese factory and the local Xi Jinping comes to you and tells you, here are two bags, they are identically the same except for the label and the logo. So one of them was sent back to France where they attached made in France logo on it and then re-imported back to China, and the other one just stayed in our factory where it was originally produced. 100% same leather, same zippers, Italian leather, whatever. Price for the original made in France one is $1,000. Price for the local Chinese one, which will bear logotype of some Xinhui like factory, Zhunpun, is like $500 or maybe even $350. Which one would you choose if the girl was asked? And I think if you were to tell your girlfriend like, you are absolutely free, unconstrained by any moral or any other like constraints, choose freely whichever one your heart prefers. 99% of girls would choose the original made in France one for 1,000, even though they could buy exactly the same for 350, but without the Louis Vuitton logotype on it. Yep. Do you agree, darling? Is it a realistic situation?
Yes. I buy both. One for beach.
One for the beach and another
For the shop.
for show, and another for
And
show.
another for my girlfriend.
Yes, for the show.
For the restaurant.
All right. So this age-old fun continues, and it's becoming more and more difficult for those peddlers of exclusive, overpriced junk. It's becoming more and more difficult for them to actually market and sell it, because information is spreading on TikTok. Information is spreading on TikTok. And like this pertains of course to everything else as well, even the luxury cars, which one might argue at least that they have some exclusive technology which is not to be found anywhere else and irreplaceable. But still, any overpriced goods is evil, while the rest of human brothers are still in poverty, fighting each other for food and land. Until like we get to the abundant society with the robots producing any bag you like to any kind of standard of workmanship you require, replicate any Louis Vuitton. You go to factory automatic and tell the local, hey Siri, build me a bag like Louis Vuitton 1968 Chemodan edition, suitcase edition.
Robots appear, we don't need anymore any bags.
No, but then at least you will be free to do anything you like. Like if you want to flaunt and boast
I need
and show off your your bag, you are able to do so. If you want to like sail in a huge yacht, robots will build one for you, but like at least to some standard, within some limits, because otherwise some Trump will say, robots build me yacht that is the size of the Earth, and I will sail into the galaxy. Within some limits, like everything will be available, then it's fine. But until our Earth is still a place of struggle and poverty and oppression, we should choose love. Love burning deep in our hearts. Keep the fire burning in our hearts. Live in harmony with your neighbor. And don't buy Louis Vuitton bag unless you are a super billionaire.
Chinese bag.
Buy China bag, which is 100% the same for cheaper price. Maybe they are available. Katyusha saying they are still not there. Like, because we don't know of
Where
any
you
store
can buy.
where you can buy. In Shenzhen, darling. We should go to Shenzhen and there we can buy it.
I don't trust.
Until then, like, goodbye and maybe see you in Shenzhen or Guangdong or Peking.
Bye bye. Bye bye.